Alright, no XLs chat, no XLs against a triple XL team. All you gotta do is be good. Yo, how's it going everyone? Today I wanted to do a sort of demonstration that you don't exactly need XLs or Ultra League Remix. And today I wanted to show you my team, which is Shadow Machamp, Giratina Origin, and Tangrowth. I feel Tangrowth's Safe Switch is a very solid Pokemon. It hits all the popular XLs for, super effective or neutral. It hits, the Ninetales for super effective with Rock Slide. It hits the Jellicent for super effective with Energy Ball or Grass Knot, I can't remember what it was. And it completely walls the Stunfisk as well. The only problem with this team is Charm Lead or even A9 Lead. I think if it was Powder Snow A-Line Lead, I think the Machamp can kind of work with that. But because you're leading Machamp with Giratina, Charm Leads is kind of rough. So other than that, I feel this team can be pretty good. But yeah, so let's see how that works. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Please subscribe. I need those subs. I need to pay the electricity bill with the subs and the likes, and I need that. I need it. So first game of the set, first game of Ultra League Remix, starting with the best lead that you can, but kind of prepared for that lead with my team composition. We bait out the Mandibuzz. I wasn't really thinking about Mandibuzz when building this team. I kind of mainly wanted to, bait any like ice types, but this works out as well, as it does. It does completely wreck the Giratina here. So we are able to win the Zero Shields here, as we're able to get to the Rock Slide before he gets to the third Aerial Ace, because Aerial Ace is a really bad move. And he froze here as well, which is a bit interesting. I think he could have snarled down, but we'll take those. Yeah, because he definitely could have thrown two Aerial Aces here. And that allows me to counter down, and then I'm gonna go full energy shield advantage with my Giratina here. And at this point, with shield advantage, I'm feeling comfortable, but these are XLs. These guys are really bulky. The Shadow Ball did like not even half the damage. It's like 40%. And he does bait me there as well, which is pretty bad. This second Shadow Ball is gonna grab his last shield, and at this point I need to call the Earthquake here, because the Earthquake will put me down into like Hex range. And at this point I'm like, I need to sack this, which I managed to do so, and I'm feeling confident. Woohoo! 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 Is this our first win? We lost the lead as well, chat. We lost the lead as well, chat. I think Ominous Wind is the play, though. Like, when am I gonna use Dragon Pulse? I guess it's for dark types, right? Let's fucking go, chat. Let's fucking go. Wait. I don't have shields. Don't be Earthquake. Don't be Earthquake. Oh no. No, I still lost? No! Oh, I needed Ominous Wind. Watch me TM it to Ominous Wind, and then I'm gonna lose because I don't have Ominous Wind. It's like I'm gonna lose because I have Dragon Pulse. That was pretty close though. So yeah, pretty unfortunate. We did TM to Ominous Wind just because it basically lost us the game there, even playing out of my mind with the lost lead. But we get a bit of a neutral lead here. I try to go for a counter sneak, which I actually missed it. I don't think I got, but at this point I feel I can. Yeah, I think I did get the sneak in there, so at this point I have the advantage. And honestly there, I should have just countered down, because if he double shield, whatever he has in the back is super weak to Machamp. And he brings in the Snorlax, which proves my thinking, and because we switched to Ominous Wind, we are completely useless here. So I tried to go for a boost, and maybe with the boost I can maybe get a nice Shadow Ball, boosted Shadow Ball damage here, which I do get, which is really nice. I think a mistake I do here is switching out, because I'm boosted. I could have maybe got another Ominous Wind, which might have killed him, and those Shadow Claws are doing more damage, and he basically gets full value out of the energy of his Snorlax here, killing my Machamp. Whereas if he threw it on the Giratina, it would have been resisted and it would have been a good sack. So I feel that was a mistake there. I found my out, and I ended up messing up. Another mistake here. Remember we caught the cross chop, so he had 0 energy. So I definitely could have farmed that more. And you're going to see that me not farming a bit extra there, even after sacking there, is gonna cost me the game, because we ended up losing the game here to one fast move here, to CMP. So if I, you know, played out the boosted Tina against the Snorlax a bit better, or farmed a bit better on the Majumbo, then I could have won. But another Machamp lead. Like, once again, we get the counter sneak, and we decide to stay in, throw here. But I feel at this point he ends up taking the shield advantage, and when he switches in his Jellicent, I believe here, I kind of just like panic switch into Majumbo here, and we get counter switched back. So this is kind of bad play. I spent a shield to gain switch. I didn't want to get farmed down by the Jellicent, but honestly I could have just threw a Rock Slide and maybe a Cross Chop, get it to like half HP, and then come in with I keep saying Majumbo, I keep forgetting his name, Tangrowth, and that's the Japanese name. I could have come in with Tangrowth, and then yeah, because now his Jellicent at this point has shield advantage, and his Shadow Ball does way more than my Shadow Ball. So yeah, very rough, very rough. Dragonite lead. Pretty much have to get the cross chop bait here, and then land the Rock Slide. You can see that he doesn't kill us, so we can get to another. Potentially I could have gotten to 2 Rock Slides there, but he ends up shielding the cross chop bait there, which means I can go Rock Slide here, and if he doesn't shield, I'll be able to win switch, which is nice. And then he goes in with Snorlax. I had a bit of a weird plan. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go Giratina here. Even though his licks are super effective, his body slams will be resisted. So I was thinking he has a lot of energy. Let me waste his energy on my Giratina. And he throws both body slams, and I'm like, all right, that's perfect. Now I can throw my Dragon Pulse and then switch out, seeing as I'm just going to dry, because he can farm me down. And he switches out to Budget Stunfisk here, or otherwise known. We can't really see the little guy over Majumbo's huge posture, but it's a Excadrill, so pretty good there. We don't really need to shield as many. Could have maybe baited, but we're in a good spot. There's really no need to. Did a lot of damage, as you can see, and at that point he just quits. So good win there, good win. Another Jellicent lead. I decided to go straight in Giratina, and he doesn't actually switch out, and because it's bubble, it's a bit slower. I'm able to get to the Shadow CMP with the Shadow Ball, and I figured it's a switch. I got the shield. I'm gonna no shield, because if he bubble beams, it puts me in such a good position. I was counting, so this was Icy Wind, so I'm in a really good position here. I can just Shadow Ball. I was kind of expecting him not to shield, because it's double debuff because of the bubble beam and the Icy Wind. So I decided to switch out. Save that energy for something else later, and then I can just kill this with a Rock Slide, but he ends up catching it on the Jellicent, which is not great. So now he's able to farm me down, and that Rock Slide did nothing because it's a double Icy Wind. Here I'm like, okay, let me just use my Majumbo here. I'm just gonna no shield because honestly I was expecting a bait. To be honest. And at this point I can just throw Rock Slide because it's good enough to kill at this range. And I had switch here. I should have just switched out immediately. But I ended up throwing Rock Slide. I was wasn't really sure what to do. I kind of wanted to keep a Rock Slide for the Drift Blim, but I ended up catching the move, which I need to shield here. And he ends up catching the move on the Drift Bloom, which I kind of needed to throw anyway because I'm in Hex range. But because of the Bullet Seed, this is perfect health to get another move off. So I kind of like how it turned out in the end, and I just need one more Rock Slide to finish the game. This was a pretty good set. Not gonna lie, this was a pretty good set. I think this team, like, 2 of those losses were super close. And I would have won if I had the right moveset, right? Like, chat, that's a 2-3. That's a 2-3. That's almost a win. That's almost a win. So, set 2. Getting another Machamp lead here. So you know the drill. We'll try to get a counter through, which we do. And with that energy advantage, we can, you know, either take switch. But then he immediately switches out, which is really good for me. It gives me the initiative here, and he actually has the coverage move. I feel he wants to go for switch with his shield advantage, so I go for a bait here, and we managed to CMP on the grass knot. I mean power whip. We didn't CMP, so he decides to farm up a bit extra. I'm like, okay, he got his shields. I'm not fussed. He doesn't have bubble beam, so he can't bait. So he switches back to his Machamp here, so I can just throw the cross chop, and then when he comes back with Jelly, I should be able to get to the Rock Slide, which should put him close to farm down range. So I decide to switch out, but he barely gets his move off. I decide to shield, and with a bit of energy, I should be able to take out this Stunfisk because Earthquake doesn't kill, and I am able to get to the second Shadow Ball before he gets to a Rock Slide with that extra energy advantage that I got after switching out, even though I had to shield the Ice Beam. So, good win. Next game, getting a good lead, finally an actual good lead. I've only been getting neutral and negative leads like Jellicent and other Machamp. Go for the cross chop here, surprise he shields. I did a bit of mistake here. I figured he has to win switch, right? So I thought he would go for the outrage, but he actually went for the bait, and he gets the defense drop, which is really bad for me. I figured here if he shields, he's gonna go for outrage. So I decide to shield as well. He barely gets it off. I need to get that Snorlax on the Machamp. But now here's the problem. I'm double debuffed, and he can just farm me down. He knows these moves aren't gonna do that much. So I'm in a really bad spot. I'm like, damn, I need to get my Snorlax on this, but I don't want to get a lot of. So I decided to go for farm up to Power Whip there, and then switch out. And I assumed he would throw his move immediately, so I went into Tina, and he actually does. But with the Charmer in the back, I'm in a really bad spot. And honestly, now looking back, I actually had a move, right? I could have just Rock Slide here. Actually, I didn't. I don't know why I did that. I thought I had no energy. I thought I had to like farm this down and throw cross chop. But now looking back, I had a move. I actually completely forgot. So yeah, kind of a throw there. But I guess I kind of forgot when I was playing. Ghost leads are kind of bad for this team because you can't really switch out Giratina because you'll have an energy disadvantage. So, but yeah, we end up getting a bit of damage. I got a Vine Whip there, so I'm like, okay, let me just stay in. I think I can get to 2 Rock Slides, but he gets an entire Volt Switch through, so now I won't be able to. If he didn't, I would have been able to get that second Rock Slide and potentially win Switch or Shields. Seeing as he's I resist all his moves here, I go for the farm down here, and I managed to actually get farm down without getting lunge, which is really good. I was hoping to catch a foul play there, which is why I switched, but he ended up switching out, which is pretty nice of him. I should have probably baited there. I feel he was gonna go for Icy Wind instead of Shadow Ball, so I do get 2 Rock Slides, but because of the debuff, it's not enough to KO. And he does a really smart play here. He undercharges his Icy Wind, which gives him a bit of an energy advantage for my Tina here. I knew this was Icy Wind, so I figured I can just farm down. But this Icy Wind actually lost me the game because these 2 Dragon Pulses, I wanted to no shield and farm down so I can double keep all my energy for the Scrafty. But that was actually a misplay because that was not enough to kill. And at this point, I'm like, I can't get to another move, so I have to call the bait, which I didn't. If I threw Shadow Ball there, I could have gotten to 2 Dragon Pulses. So yeah, GG's. Decided to go Rock Slide immediately here, switch. Usually I grab the shield here, so I'm pretty happy with that. And hopefully get calling the bait, which is really good here. Then he comes in with Snorlax, which makes sense, you know, I do have Machamp in the lead. But this is really good as well, because this takes it out for my, so now my Giratina won't have to face this, and I have a shield advantage, right? I was hoping I can just farm this down and maybe throw a Rock Slide on the Gengar when it comes out. With a superpower, I'm not able to get all the farm I want. Kinda expecting the Gengar to come out, but he comes out with Machamp. I guess he wanted to shield and then farm. Oh, he doesn't shield, okay. So now I quickly switch out, try to get as much energy as possible. And at this point, I'm like, hey, I'm just going to double shield and just farm down. Because these super effective Shadow Claws do a lot to the Gengar. And I do actually manage to sneak one in. I'm not sure if he would have gone to another one, but I'm happy. I'm happy it didn't. And now I come out with a Shadow Ball and he doesn't have the Rock Slide, so easy win for me. Next game here, going into last game of the set, I believe. First Meganium, full XL, 2500 CP. I tried to catch the move on the Majumbo there. He switches into his Typhlosion, and surprisingly, we grab a shield. It doesn't KO, so I'm like, okay, I grab the shield. I'll take that out. And here I'm like, I can farm this a bit more to 2 Incinerates perfectly, and then throw the Rock Slide. And I'm assuming Meganium's gonna come back out. I was hoping I would have the Cross Chop ready, so I have a bit of energy, so I decided to stay in. Throw the Cross Chop before, and then I'm like, okay, now I can. And then he switches into his Machamp, and then okay, this is the Machamp that decided to shield and then farm down, but he didn't know I had Giratina in the back. Decided to shield the Rock Slide here because I figured it would do more than Earthquake, and I was just gonna farm down. But yeah, GG's. This game was a game later in the set, and I just wanted to show that this is probably the worst lead you can get. Like Alolan Ninetales with Charm, or any Charm with Charm, any Fairy with Charm, or any Pokemon with Charm. It doesn't have to be a Fairy, right? Because if it had Powder Snow, you know, there's still play. You can sneak some counters. You can just counter down, maybe bait a Rock Slide. But with Charm, like. There's really no play, really, because it counters your lead, like my Machamp, and it counters my Giratina. But this game's gonna be really close. He double shields there, so I'm like, okay, I can just maybe farm this down, and then switch out. But I'm thinking, hey, what am I keeping my shields for? I should probably shield these, right? I should probably shield these. So I decided to just go farm down, and then I wanted to switch out to Machamp after to clear the debuff. But I'm barely able to farm down. Literally one Shadow Claw. If one of those sneaked in, I would have been able to. So we don't even see his third Pokemon. This just goes to show how hard this counters. So if you're running this team, do be careful of the Alolan Ninetales. Well, there you go. We ended up doing 4 sets of this team at the end of the stream. And we went 50-50. I feel a lot of those games were really close, and I feel if you give me like a day or 2, I think I could potentially consistently get positive sets with this team. But, you know, I just wanted to prove that, you know, you don't need Jealous and you don't need A9 Stunfisk, Politoed to climb. Worst case scenario, you'll be able to do 2 weeks of this meta and just stay exactly where you are. You won't go down, you won't go up. Worst case, you just stay where you are, which isn't bad, you know. At least you can maybe climb when Great League comes back. So yeah, definitely give this team a try. Having said that, I am quite low in the 2600s. But like I said again, I feel after I master this team for a few days and figure out its matchups, I think this has a lot more potential. So yeah, thank you for watching. Azuri out.